All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash. Double honors to our elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those who do this work in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I'm praying, hope this lesson is edifying. And we have here young Pharaoh, and we can see that the Lord has done something to this man's mind. Okay, this man got demons on him, and we have here a video that he put out on his own. Showing that he has these long fingernails on. And you can just tell that my man is through, totally through. He's been given over to a reprobate mind. And the thing about a reprobate mind is, you don't realize that you are in a reprobate mind. Only those who are not reprobates can see it. Okay? So we're going to go to Galatians. We're going to play this video because this man, he was scoffing against us for so long. And you see the trend. These are things that happen to scoffers. Same thing happened to Polite. Remember, Polite, he used to call brothers from GMS a bunch of pedophiles, right? For teaching what the scriptures say, about the issue of grape, right? And how that was handled back in the ancient world. Not saying nothing like we doing it now, saying just teaching how this was done back in the ancient world. And yet, he came up mocking and scoffing and, talking shit. And the Lord put it on his spirit to do exactly what he was accusing us of, and now he's in prison. But see, none of these reprobates can see that it's the Lord doing this to them. Okay? And this man right here, as a brother Shamak said in his video earlier, that the Lord gave this man over to an effeminate spirit. And sure enough, he did. He gave him over to an effeminate spirit. All right? You want to wear the long hair? You want to be into this Egypt shit, which the Egyptians was, and we'll look into that. This is Galatians 6 and 7. It says, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whoever soweth, whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Okay? For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap everlasting life. Okay, so this man clearly has reaped corruption. All right, so let's go ahead and just watch it. You can see this man got demons on him. You see this, and it's crazy how YouTube it captures the perfect thumbnail in a lot of cases to show you, like, you can clearly see the demons on this nigga, man. Right? You can clearly see the demons on this nigga in this Chipotle video. Okay? You can clearly see the effeminate spirit on him when he said, "I got my nails done yesterday, cheetah print." Right? You can see the effeminate spirit on this man. All right? So we're gonna play this one.
Running from the man, smack this head, nigga, fuck it. Shrimp legs. This is serious shit.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, go ahead and play this.
I'm out at Chipotle right now with them stingers on. Swag, brother. It is what it is. I'm in Detroit. What's up? I'm getting ready to go back to the crib, stream on Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you stream on Star Wars Battlefront 2, hop on, and pop off. Because that's what's about to happen. With that being said, I see y'all there. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. It's the Holy Ghost. Bro, y'all, I'm at Chipotle right now. I left my damn phone stand in that damn house. But that's okay.
Yeah, man, my man looking awfully he looking awfully what they would say zesty, cocktail fruity, man. You know?
Okay, because I'm gonna just hold this vlog ain't gonna be that long, but I got me a veggie bowl. What? That is not hard. He got me a veggie bowl.
So, I mean, we ain't gotta watch no more of that because you already see what it is, but let's go to Chat GPT real quick. I wanna ask you a question. Let's see. Let's see. Homosexual. I'm a bad speller. Let's see. Spelled it the best way I could. All right. Now you see this. Now my question was, were there effeminate and homosexual practice in ancient Egypt? All right, and it says yes. There's evidence of same-sex sexual behavior, gender non-conforming behavior existed in ancient Egypt, but their evidence is limited, and we have to be careful about applying modern labels such as homosexual or gay. And then I'm not trying to hear all that. I just want to hear the facts. And it says the strongest archaeological example comes from the fifth dynasty around 2400 BC. Two royal officers, Nyan Kunan and Kuno were buried together in a sekura. Their tomb contains unusual intimate imagery. The two men are showing embracing and touching the nose and pose in a strongly that are in poses that are strongly associated with a married couple in Egypt. All right. So I didn't ask, okay, just facts. Piniln. Okay, so same sex activity is assessed in ancient Egypt. Okay, and if you have higher, because the scriptures say, if so are the rulers, so are his officers, so are the people. Okay, so if you had higher ranking uh, people that were engaged in homosexual activity, of course you had lower ranking homosexuals as well. It says and effeminate. It says their tomb contains scenes depicting two men embracing and touches their noses. Blah blah blah. Egyptian mythology contains a story involving sexual content between Seth and Horus. Ancient Egypt text also contains references to sexual acts between males, although the surviving evidence is limited. Egyptian art and texts contain examples of gender transformation and gender role reversal, particularly in religious and mythological contexts. Okay, so we see that the Lord, and let's just get this real quick. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and 29. It says, for they hated the knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Okay? And that's exactly what you see here with young Pharaoh. He was into that Egyptology shit, and he was into all that. And then people was a whole bunch of flaming Egypt was Mizraim. They were a whole bunch of flaming homosexuals, man. They practice that. This is part of their culture. All right. So uh uh so the Lord had given him over to this. Look at this. You know, I got my and then sitting there with his chest out.
Running from the man, smack this head, nigga. Yes, coming with them cheetah relics. Don't worry about my birthday. This I ain't gonna be, but this is the test. It's the spirit of a cat. Why? Because I channeled something the other day, and this is what influenced. Well, one of the things that influenced me besides myself, Jabon.
No, what you channeled was a demon. Okay, you channeled a spirit that jumped on your ass and made you into a cocktail fruit. You already got the long hair and all that stuff, and the tattoo over the eye. See, the Egyptology, as the elder Yashawama said in this video, it failed you. Okay, The Egyptology failed you, so the Lord is having you eat the fruit of your own way. Okay? And that's just pretty much what it is. All right. The Lord gave you over to a reprobate spirit. All right. And there's no telling what this man has done in the background. The back is the spirit, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean, if you got the spirit to catch what what that just meant, hey, you know what I'm saying? He there's no telling what this man done did. All right? Because once you start entertaining those demons and start scoffing at the truth, we've seen this happen many times, many times. And the next step is just total. You're gonna be totally through. All right, because that's what you let me go grab my charger to my computer real quick before the battery died. But real quick, that's the spirit that you wanted on you. That's the spirit when you scoffed against the men of the Lord. The Lord put that spirit on you. Now look at you. All right. Now any man with a any masculine man will look at that shit and be like, man, you through, man. This is some effeminate ass shit right here that you're doing. But them nails on. There's nothing you can say to make a masculine man, a man of the Lord, believe that what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, isn't effeminate and wicked, and that you're engaging in some type of homosexual practices. Okay, there's no way, because we can see that you got that a strong effeminate spirit on you. I mean, look at this guy. Okay, give me one. Let me go grab my charger real quick. Salakia. All right. So yeah, and you still want, Egypt serving that Egypt shit, that Egyptology shit, and look where it's taking you. So let's go to the book of Isaiah. We'll close out on this, Isaiah 30. All right. Um, I'm gonna read down. I'm gonna read the top, and then I'm gonna go down to verse 10 and read there. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt," which is America. You see, this is a shadow of Egypt, and this is why this place is known as a Sodom and Egypt, because it has both of those perverse spirits here in this place, as you can see with the young Pharaoh and that effeminate ass look and them nails that he got right now, thinking that he doing something. In one part of the video, he talking about some swag. Nigga, that shit ain't swag. I hate it when you have these reprobate cocktail fruit ass niggas, and excuse my French, that try to take something profane, something something disgusting and effeminate like that, and try to normalize it and make it seem like it's what you would call cool. Bro, that shit ain't cool. Men aren't meant to have long nails like that. Okay? That's not our glory. That's a woman's glory to have, hair and nails and stuff like that. That's why in the scripture it talks about when a man, when he goes to war, right? And he conquers a people. Um, I'm a hold it for right now, but roughly paraphrasing, she'll cut her hair and parry her nails, okay? Because the hair and the nails is the glory of a woman. It was that was done to beautify her. A woman will have long, luxurious, pretty nails and long, luxurious, pretty hair with a nice curvy body. You know what I'm saying? Smelling good with the nice little covering of a dress, covering her body up, but still slightly silhouetting and showing her shape a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's a woman's deal. That's not a man's deal. Men were meant to be warriors. All right, the Lord's men. The Lord is a man of war, so He don't want no effeminate ass, long haired ass men. You know what I'm saying? Walking around with who you gonna fight with them long ass nails, man? How you gonna ball your fist up? You see? So that's an effeminate trait. You know what I'm saying? Young Pharaoh can't even ball his fist up to fight nobody and defend himself because he got a handful of freaking long ass stiletto type nails that these females be wearing. Okay, but that just goes to show you: you come to the men of the Lord and you talk shit, the Lord gives you over to a reprobate mind. It happens every time. Okay, and and how who's the mouth? Is the prophets. The prophets continue to go into these scriptures and break these things down. It says, so I'm gonna continue on, verse 2. It says, that go down to walk that go that walk to go down into Egypt and had not acts in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore the strength of Pharaoh should be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And this is confusion and this is shameful. It's a shameful thing. I know the scripture says that it's a shame for men to have long hair, but it's also a shame for you to have long nails like that. You got both, and you tied it up. Okay, you've been completely given over to a reprobate mind. All right. It says, so continuing on, I'm gonna go skip down to verse 10. It says, I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. You go everywhere everywhere except the scriptures. Everywhere except the men of the Lord, to try to understand what is going on in this world, how you're supposed to move in this world. You know, and as many times as we tell you niggas out there that we're not black, okay, we're not African, we didn't come from Africa, we're Israelites that were refugees in Africa, okay. No matter how many times we tell you that, you dumbass niggas, right? You continue to push this stuff, all right. And this is why this whole Egyptology thing. You got Sarnetta, all right. You had uh, Polite, and this guy, right? Young Pharaoh, and even that guy Malachi York, way back in the day, who got put in prison for what he was doing, right? Sleeping with 13, 14-year-old girls and stuff like that in a land that's not even yours, man. Trying to live a culture that's not wanted in this land. You're not rulers of this land. Okay? And look what happened to all them. All right? Sarnetta still, and I honestly think Sarnetta is like on the fence, is what I did me personally, because he know that there's something to, the Hebrew Israelites and what we're saying, especially GMS. That's why he really don't scoff as much as he used to, you know. But because if he did, the elders and the apostles would be going in on him, and they don't. So, I don't see too much about Sarnetta scoffing like he used to. All right. But yeah, these are lying, rebellious children. Verse 10, it says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So you want to hear things like, we're descendants of like we're descendants of Egypt. Well, what does that bring you? That don't bring you salvation. Okay, you're not in Egypt. So what's the purpose of that? What's the purpose of being Egyptian or having that heritage? Where's it gonna lead you? It ain't gonna lead you nowhere. Okay? These people, these guys are totally through. All right? Totally through. Living on, hanging on to a culture that has long been destroyed and wasn't even yours in the first place. Okay? It said, "Get out the way, turn aside out the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise His word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be unto you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out of a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." Okay, so for all you out there, you reprobates out there who continue to want to scoff against us, right? That's what you do. All right. This place, as it's falling right now, is going to be your confusion and your shame. And it's going to happen all of a sudden. This place is Sodom and Egypt according to the scriptures. All right? And this man is into that Egyptology shit. So the spirit of Egypt is on this place. That homosexual, effeminate spirit is on this place. And the Lord gave you over to it. Okay? You through. So with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. To the next time I say Shalom.